the Queen's 6 amazing royal palaces across the UK. The United Kingdom is home to the world's most exquisite and historically significant royal palaces. Throughout history, numerous kings and queens have called these regal palaces their homes. What about Queen Elizabeth II, who inherited the crown on June 2, 1953, at her coronation? Where did she delve most of her royal time? The Queen had a home for just about every occasion. Some of these properties came with the title, while others came from inheritance. Where did she spend her summer vacations, and where did she celebrate the royal Christmas? Stay with us until the end to capture the magnificent walls of historical places and their inner interiors and find out where royal weddings take place. Now, we will guide you through the Queen's 6 royal and private dwellings. Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace, the official residence of the British monarch in London, has been a significant symbol of British royalty for centuries. Situated in the very heart of London, it is surrounded by the lavish St. James and Green Parks. The palace was originally built as a townhouse for the Duke of Buckingham in 1703. It was later acquired by King George III in 1761 as a private residence for Queen Charlotte. It was King George IV who transformed the building into the Grand Palace that we know today. Covering an impressive 830,000 square feet, the palace boasts 775 rooms, including 19 staterooms, 52 royal and guest bedrooms, 188 staff bedrooms, and 92 offices. This grandeur makes it one of the largest palaces in the world, surpassing even the size of the Palace of Versailles in France. Getting back to the Queen, Elizabeth II preferred staying at Windsor Castle, which is about 20 miles away from the palace, and saw Buckingham Palace as her office. One of Buckingham Palace's most notable features is the balcony where the royal family makes public appearances. Only members of the royal family are allowed to stand there, and before the new palace tour that started July 15, 2024, no member of the general public had come as close to the balcony since it was built 175 years ago. If the palace were ever for sale, its asking price would have been more than $4.8 billion due to its lengthy history and prime location. If you are a fan of the Netflix series The Crown, many settings resemble the Buckingham Palace. One may think it was actually filmed there. However, the cast never used the palace. Windsor Castle. How much do you know about Windsor Castle, standing on a ridge at the northeastern edge of the Windsor and Maidenhead? Let's take a walk. Windsor Castle is the oldest and largest occupied castle in the world. It has been a royal residence since William the Conqueror, who first built it in the 11th century. Over the centuries, various monarchs, including Henry II, Edward III, and Queen Victoria, have expanded and renovated it. The castle boasts over 1,000 rooms, more than 300 fireplaces, and a substantial royal collection of paintings and armor. It also houses nearly 450 clocks, many of which have obsolete and highly complex mechanisms, which are maintained by the castle's watch curator. Windsor Castle is home to one of the most famous and intricate doll houses in the world, known as Queen Mary's Doll's House. Built in the 1920s, the Windsor Castle dollhouse is the world's largest and most elaborate miniature home. The house boasts a sophisticated running water system, electricity, and elevators. It even has a fully stocked wine cellar, housing 20,000 mini wine and beer bottles. As if that's not enough, this gigantic dollhouse has its own library with original stories handwritten by acclaimed authors such as Rudyard Kipling and Conan Doyle. Despite being a monarch residence and building of grandeur opulence, Windsor Castle was a haven for corgi dogs. The Queen of England was in love with corgis and was often noticed taking photos with her lovable pets. After her death, the Queen's final two corgis, Mick and Sandy, went to her son, Prince Andrew, and his ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson. Though Andrew and Ferguson are divorced, they still live together in Windsor. One of the most exciting places of Windsor Castle is St. George's Chapel, located within the castle walls. The chapel is known for its stunning Gothic architecture and is the final resting place of many monarchs. Do you know that many royal weddings have occurred at Windsor Castle's chapel? On June 19, 1999, the Queen's son Prince Edward and public relations consultant Sophie Rhys-Jones, now known as the Countess of Wessex, married at St. George's Chapel. On May 17, 2008, Peter Phillips, one of Queen Elizabeth's grandchildren, married Autumn Kelly, was covered exclusively by Hello magazine. Up to 300 guests witnessed the marriage at St. George's Church, including Queen Elizabeth and the Duke of Edinburgh. On April 9, 2005, then Prince Charles married Camilla Parker Bowles, married at St. George's Chapel in 2005. May 19, 2018 is the day of the most epic royal wedding. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, had a wedding with the overall cost to be around $41 million. Meghan was dressed by the British designer Claire Waite-Keller under the Givenchy brand. Kensington Palace. Let's follow royalty's footsteps in Kensington Palace. Queen Victoria's reimagined childhood rooms, the magnificent King's State Apartments, and the famous Sunken Garden. Originally known as Nottingham House, it was purchased by King William III and Queen Mary II in 1689 and converted into a palace. Since then, it has been home to many members of the British royal family, including Princess Diana and her sons, Prince William and Prince Harry. This place features homage to Princess Diana, including a vast dress collection, modern wallpaper designed with her sketches, and dozens of portraits. However, even though we could identify the palace with her, many formidable women lived there. Princess Margaret, the sister of the Queen, hosted parties with some of the most fascinating and glamorous celebrities in the world while residing at Kensington Palace. The state apartments are decorated in the ornate Baroque style, featuring intricate woodwork, gilded ceilings, and luxurious furnishings. Visitors can explore these opulent rooms and learn about the history of the palace. A memorial fountain dedicated to Princess Diana greets them inside the gardens. The largest permanent exhibition at Kensington Palace is the King's State Apartments, with rooms used for official tasks like audiences and meetings. You'll notice that there isn't much furniture in the presence chamber, privy chamber, cupola room, and other rooms as you go around them, since staff and guests would stand when they were meeting the monarch. On the contrary, the Queen's State Apartments were made for living, carrying a much lovely feel here. Roode Palace. Originally founded as a monastery in 1128, Holyrood Abbey, the Holyrood Palace has been the official residence of the monarchy in Scotland since the 16th century. It was the official residence of the Queen when she was in Scotland. The palace is laid out around a central classical-style three-story with attic quadrangle layout. The palace extends approximately 230 feet, 70 meters, from north to south, and 230 feet, 70 meters, from east to west. The Palace of Holyrood House has 289 rooms. The second level of the south and east wings houses belongs to the king's and the other royal family members' private apartments. One of the most famous rooms in Holyrood Palace is the throne room, where official ceremonies and events are held. The room is decorated with intricate tapestries and features a throne that is used by the Queen during her visits to Scotland. The palace is also home to the Queen's Gallery, which showcases a rotating collection of artwork from the royal collection. The gallery features works by famous artists such as Leonardo da Vinci, Rembrandt, and Rubens. Holyrood Palace is open to the public for guided tours, allowing visitors to explore the magnificent interiors and learn about the history of the palace. The tours include access to the state apartments, the Queen's Gallery, and the beautiful gardens surrounding the palace. The palace is also believed to be haunted by several ghosts, including the ghost of David Rizzio, the private secretary of Mary, Queen of Scots, who was imprisoned and stabbed a reported 57 times. Visitors and staff have reported seeing apparitions and hearing strange noises throughout the palace. Sandringham House. Sandringham House, located in Norfolk, England, is a country retreat and private residence of the British royal family, specifically the Queen. Built in 1870, the estate has a rich history and is a favorite holiday destination for the royal family. One of the most interesting facts about Sandringham House is that it was purchased by Queen Victoria in 1862 as a birthday present for her son, the future King Edward VII. The estate has been in the royal family ever since, and after the death of Queen Elizabeth II, is now owned by King Charles III. The estate covers over 20,000 acres of land, including a private beach, woodland, and gardens. The gardens at Sandringham House are especially renowned for their beauty and diversity, featuring rare plants and exotic trees from around the world. The gardens and country park cover 600 acres of the estate, with the Upper Lake and the Nest Summer House. The house is mainly constructed of red brick with limestone. The roof contains 9 separate clusters of chimney stacks. The corridors connecting the principal rooms display a collection of Oriental and Indian arms and armor, gathered by Edward VII on his tour to the eastern countries. The Sandringham House was the setting for the first royal Christmas broadcast in 1932, and since then it has been the favorite place for royals spending the Christmas holidays, including the Queen. With the value at around $76 million as of July 2024, the estate has been open to the public for guided tours and special events, allowing visitors to experience the rich history and beauty of Sandringham House. The estate also hosts a variety of events throughout the year, including garden shows and outdoor concerts. Balmoral Castle. Balmoral Castle is a privately owned residence located in Aberdeenshire, Scotland, at 282 metres above sea level. In 2022, the castle was a place where Queen Elizabeth II spent her last days and is now passed down to Charles III. According to Forbes, the property is valued at a whopping $140 million. One of the most fascinating facts about Balmoral Castle is that it was originally purchased by Queen Victoria and Prince Albert in 1852. The couple fell in love with the picturesque landscape of the Scottish Highlands and decided to buy the property as a private retreat away from the hustle and bustle of London. Primarily, the small house was redesigned into a modern granite building in Scottish baronial style. The castle consists of 2 main blocks, each arranged around a courtyard. The southwestern side contains the main rooms, while the northeastern is the service wing. One of Balmoral Castle's most iconic features is the ballroom, which Queen Victoria added to the property in the late 19th century. The ballroom is where the royal family hosts formal events and receptions and is decorated with stunning works of art and intricate woodwork. Balmoral Castle was the Queen's favorite summer residence, as it was the only place to escape hectic day-to-day schedules. Spending summer holidays on a 50,000-acre estate meant enjoying endless activities to pass the time while off official duty. An interesting fact about the Balmoral estate is that Prince William and Princess of Wales Kate have their own private residence on its grounds called Tamnagar, a cottage gifted to them by the Queen Mother. While staying the extravagant and peaceful summer residence of British monarchs, there is no swimming pool to indulge in. But it didn't stop the royals from having a great time near the shores of Ottertail Lake. If you've never heard of the royal country home, impressive castles, and their stories, which are also featured in many seasons of The Crown, stay with our channel for a whopping portion of new royal and celebrity life inside their houses. Thank you for watching.